Chris Watkin, joined again by Claire Readings, and we're here to talk about the 5 top tips on building a sustainable estate agency. Talk to me.
Yeah, well, the first thing is you have to be clear on who you are and what you're good at. Okay.
Selling houses. I'm an estate agent. Chris Watkin, estate agents. I sell houses. There you go. That's clear, isn't it?
No, it's not. No, it's not, because you've got to educate the people that are in your core market area who you are and what you do.
I sell houses. Go on.
Okay, so start by joining all of the Facebook groups for your community.
Okay, then.
Okay.
Oh, and then posting pie charts and tell people how wonderful I am.
Most definitely not. No, this is about being helpful. It's about being part of the community. It's if somebody asks, anyone know a good plumber, drop a name in there. Anyone know a good electrician, drop a name in there. Does somebody need help in getting their car started? Go and help them out. It's getting known so that your name keeps popping up and they know who Chris Watkin is.
Okay, but what's that got to do with selling houses, Claire?
It's about building fame. It's about building fame in your town so that everybody knows who you are, and then you can educate them on the fact that you sell houses.
Okay, it sounds like fluffy rubbish, that just to me, but go on.
Does it?
Well, I know it isn't, but I've got...
You're speaking on behalf of the majority.
I'm speaking on behalf of the majority. I do believe you, but obviously... But okay, let's go. I'll go back into antagonistic mode. Yeah, it's fluffy, isn't it? What's the second one?
Connecting with local businesses. You can do this through the groups as well,
okay.
Obviously. But it's getting to know all of the different local businesses in your town, making sure they know who you are, interviewing them, sharing their posts on Facebook.
There's a guy, a chubby guy who wears a check shirt. He's been banging on about this for years.
I know
he's
you
called
have.
Digital Mayor.
Yeah, are you sure you weren't trained in Keller Williams?
Nah, it just would be. Yeah.
Are you sure?
I don't know. There you go. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, no, so it's getting to know the local businesses. There's a real quick way to do that as well, and you can do that through the groups. So, for example, I tried and tested this, by the way, so this is a real top tip, okay? So everybody needs to pin their ears back to this one. So on the Facebook groups, after you've been helping people, liking, commenting on things and so on, just pop into the group a few weeks in. I noticed that we're always asking each other for various different recommendations for service providers and local businesses. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a list of all the local businesses in the area. I'm going to laminate it and I'm going to put it through everybody's doors so we've all got a go-to for everything that we need. If you run your own business or if you provide a service locally, pop me a message and I'll make sure you're on the list.
Okay.
Wait for your phone to blow up. I did it, and I ended up with 120 names, numbers and email addresses locally, all running local businesses. It gave me all the content I could possibly need for the next year.
Because you can go and interview them.
Are
we doing video interviews here, like on Zoom or face-to-face?
You can do that. You can even just go and outside the shop if you're passing and just a quick chat with the business owner in there. Also, obviously, when you've done that, you can use that content on newsletters and all sorts.
Good stuff. Boys and girls, go to YouTube and type in this phrase, Digital Mayor in Action, and I've given you a script where we've done an interview in a coffee shop in Leicester with Luke St. Clair. Do check it out. 5 questions, love it to bits. What's your third one?
Go hyper-local. You've got to go hyper-local. Okay. So many people, it's one of the first questions people ask me when they want to come and start the business and they want help in how to do that. How big's my territory?
Okay.
Where can I have Romford? Can I have Hornchurch? Can I have Upminster? And it's that you can if you've got a massive marketing budget and 20 people to help you. Okay, go hyper-local. Stick with your town if you can.
What do you call hyper-local in terms of household numbers?
5,000 chimney pots.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. It's a portion of a postcode, Chris. You start there, and then once you've built your fame there, everybody there knows who you are and what you do. You've connected with those people, you've knocked some doors, everybody's getting to know who you are. And you're far better to get boards up in a small area than you are to have them dotted everywhere. That House Network was a prime example of that. We sold 13,000 houses in our time. Nobody knew who the hell we were because it was nationwide. Small as you possibly can, 5,000 chimney pots.
Minimum viable, I think Seth Godin, minimum viable product or whatever. But when it comes to areas, bang on.
Yeah.
Can't disagree with you on that one.
Yeah.
I've been banging on about that for years.
I know you have. I told you. I'm sure you sure you're not sitting in the background of all these seminars.
No.
Okay.
What's number 4?
Move away from glossy leaflets and go with handwritten notes, the personal approach.
What do you say in those notes?
Can be anything. The first one would definitely be your story, just introducing yourself to people in the area.
But what? Not a leaflet saying, "Call me, I have a buyer."
No,
No?
we call that willy waving, don't we?
Could be one way to describe it.
No, definitely not. It's handwritten notes, introducing yourself to people in the area. Then you could do, the second week, you could do a newsletter through their door, telling them about what's happening with property prices, etc. as well.
Okay. Not talking about myself and my pie charts.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not. Nobody cares, unfortunately, Chris.
Do they not?
Only you. Only you.
What's the 5th one?
Door knocking, but not in the sense that most people think.
Okay, go on.
It's really important to know your demographic if you're going to market out to people.
Yep.
So you need to know who lives in the homes. Okay, so this would follow on from the 4th tip, which was obviously handwritten notes with your story.
Okay.
So in your 5,000 chimney pot area, handwritten note through the door introducing yourself.
What, 5,000 individual letters?
I mean, there are good handwritten font that genuinely looks like it's been written by hand that you can download. So you don't have to physically write 5,000. But you can start with, say, a 200-300 so usually around a primary school would be a good idea, to do a few roads around a primary school, handwritten notes with your story. Then the second week, put a newsletter through the door. Third week, go and knock and have a conversation. It would be a script, something like, "Hi, I just wanted to stop by so you could put a face to a name. My name's Claire. You would have had a couple of things through your door from me recently. I've been speaking to some of my neighbours. They obviously know what it is that I do for a living anyway. They're a little bit concerned about what's going to happen with property prices over the next few years. We've obviously had Brexit and leaving the EU. We've just gone through a pandemic. We're starting to see interest rates rising monthly, unfortunately, and a few people are a bit concerned. So what I've decided to do is create a monthly newsletter just for our community, so that you know exactly what's happening with the value of your property month on month. If you'd like me to include you in that, I just need an email address."
Absolute magic. Boys and girls, it requires hard work, persistence and patience. Put the hard work in, be patient, give value, you will win.
Absolutely.
But 99% of people watching this ain't going to do that because they're too lazy
And not patient.
and not patient. There you go. The question is, will you be the one agent that does it? Thank you for your time today, Claire.
Pleasure.